after embracing the icy thigh of the warden. As an omega, I found myself with child. Sir, what shall we do about the children of the inmates? Just as I was about to plead my case, I witnessed a subordinate crafting a specimen from the shattered skull of a child. Fu Qingning's expression was grave. Dispose of it. Those here are unworthy of offspring. Later, upon my release, I walked with a prominent belly alongside others. Fu Qingning gazed at me with reddened eyes. Whose child is it? 1. I found myself incarcerated in what is reputed to be the most perilous prison in District S. In truth, I have been wrongfully accused. My family has fallen from grace, and I too have been unceremoniously cast into this abyss. On my first day in prison, I knelt at the feet of Fu Qingning, trembling as he perused my dossier. Is that a snow lotus scent emanating from you? He inquired, his voice reminiscent of ice clinking against glass. Exquisitely melodic, his visage akin to that of a celestial being. A shiver coursed through me as I instinctively covered my gland. I had not even revealed my pheromones. In the company of my fellow inmates, an air of trepidation surrounded Fu Qingning. It was said that others who had crossed him had been stripped of their skin. Yet I, obedient and docile, had avoided such brutalities. I see you possess such an innocent countenance. Could it be that this cold, aloof devil has taken a liking to you? The inmate behind you had his legs broken for being too arrogant. His nails were even extracted. Is that true? How terrifying. I could not shake the chilling glare of Fu Qingning from my mind, and soon enough trouble found me. Due to my strikingly beautiful appearance, someone attempted to lay hands on me and drugged me. I screamed desperately as the prison corridor lights flickered ominously. Just then, Fu Qingning stepped in. His disdainful gaze met mine, and I instinctively tugged at his pant leg, attempting to charm him. Warden, please help me. I was escorted to the commander's office, where Fu Qingning remained unyielding. I clenched my teeth, the scent of my pheromones intensifying. Finally, the usually stoic Fu Qingning raised his eyes and called out, "Come here." I crawled toward him, tears brimming as I pleaded, "Warden, I implore you to mark me." 2. In the days that followed, my hair became damp with perspiration on multiple occasions. Fu Qingning pressed his lips against my neck, his teeth sinking into my gland repeatedly, sending electric shocks down my spine. The next morning, feeling lethargic, I gazed at Fu Qingning. "Warden, may I take a day to rest?" Fu Qingning was seated with a demeanor of gravity but did not refuse me. After a moment, he acquiesced. "The meal last night was dreadful, and I am quite famished. Might I have something to eat?" I climbed up, leveraging my charm. In truth, I am the illegitimate child of my family, adept at discerning the nuances of situations to make my requests. Fu Qingning said nothing, yet soon after, a meal was delivered. Scrambled eggs with butter, steak, a beef patty sandwich, and steaming milk awaited me. After 3 days of idleness, I noticed the peculiar stares of my fellow inmates. Did you know? The one who assaulted you that day is actually a prominent figure on the outside. Even in prison, he commands respect, and the warden dealt with him directly. No one dared to provoke me until one day, when the slop served at the dining table became unbearable. I willingly became Fu Qingning's canary. Every day, I endeavored to appease Fu Qingning, and he marked me repeatedly. Yet recently, as my appetite expanded, a close friend discovered my secret. I was pregnant. "Warden, what should be done if an inmate has a child?" I was about to plead for leniency, even considering pushing my luck. But then I saw Fu Qingning's subordinate preparing a specimen from a crushed fetal skull. Fu Qingning's expression turned grave. "Dispose of it. These individuals do not deserve to bear children." A chill ran through me as Fu Qingning raised his gaze from the table to meet mine. "What troubles you? Is there something you wish to discuss?" I shook my head and retreated to my room, unable to suppress my nausea. That night, Fu Qingning embraced me from behind, his voice sultry, "Baby." But I was consumed by fear. While I had grown closer to Fu Qingning, it did not necessarily mean he had fully accepted me. "Not today." Fu Qingning lowered his gaze, then nibbled on my earlobe. "Have you been frightened? But rules are rules. I will not allow anyone in this prison to conceive. These individuals have been deprived of their rights." I nodded, though my heart felt cold. "What if it were yours?" "Firstly, it is not permitted. Secondly, even if it were, it would be dealt with according to the rules." My complexion paled, and Fu Qingning's eyes narrowed. I understood the necessity of concealing any vulnerabilities from him and mustered the courage to say, "In the future, I wish to bear a child for you. I dislike complications. Be obedient and remain compliant." Fu Qingning caressed the back of my head, while I trembled. What foolish dreams was I entertaining? I was but a mere plaything. 3. The following day, a friend inquired, "Have you spoken to Fu Qingning?" A new batch of inmates may be released early. If you have a child, perhaps Fu Qingning will show leniency and set you free. My eyes welled with tears, and just as I was about to respond, I noticed another newcomer. He trailed behind Fu Qingning, who, astonishingly, did not glance in my direction. This newcomer bore a striking resemblance to me. As he passed, the fair-skinned Omega deliberately overturned my food tray. Tomato sauce splattered across my clothing, and I glared at the youth. Warden, I set my spoon down, feigning anger as I looked at Fu Qingning. Yet he ignored me and led the youth away. All eyes were now fixed on me, their gazes predatory. I had already offended many within the prison, and without Fu Qingning's protection, my fate was uncertain. Was Fu Qingning beginning to disdain me? What of the child within me? I dared not ponder further. When Fu Qingning called me in, I refrained from my usual attempts to charm him. Fu Qingning explained, "There is nothing between us. Do not believe the rumors. Yesterday's events had their reasons. In my heart, you are of utmost importance." Fu Qingning drew me into his embrace, urging me to sit on his lap, his eyes shimmering with tenderness. He leaned against my shoulder, inhaling my scent deeply. Fu Qingning's fingers, so elegantly formed, caressed my waist. "Why have you stopped calling me husband? Are you jealous?" Fu Qingning teased, placing my hand on his Adam's apple, his voice enchanting. "Be good. I wish to hear you call me husband." My resolve softened, but just then, the youth pushed the door open. Fu Qingning's expression turned frosty as he commanded, "You may leave." I kicked Fu Qingning angrily and wiped my tears away. For that night, I was not summoned to Fu Qingning's office, but the next morning, the news of the new inmate had spread. He was Fu Qingning's first love. "Do you know? That delicate Omega from yesterday, named Ning Bai, is the warden's fiancée. They had a brief romance. I suspect Fu Qingning initially saw Jiang Yan as a substitute. Indeed, Jiang Yan is quite arrogant. If their old flames reignite, he will be in for a world of trouble." At that point, listening to their lewd laughter made me feel nauseous, yet I trembled in fear. Yesterday, Ning Bai spent the night with the warden. Someone like him should have been released long ago. By the way, can a pregnancy request early release? Have you forgotten? Just days ago, that federal inmate attempted to escape by feigning childbirth and was shot dead. The child was even extracted. I felt an even greater urge to conceal the truth of my pregnancy. However, if Ning Bai were to become pregnant, it would be a different story. After all, he merely made a mistake and needs his fiancée's care. If he conceives, S-City and our prison would surely throw a banquet. Some individuals, even if they were to bear illegitimate offspring in the future, would merely have them eradicated. Noticing my distress, a friend attempted to console me. "Don't be upset. The warden still cares for you." I shook my head, clenched my palms, and patted his shoulder. To maintain composure, I drew a deep breath. "It's not like that. Fu Qingning and I simply use each other for mutual benefit. Besides, he's rather mediocre in that regard. I've always been feigning pleasure. Truthfully, I don't have any feelings for him. It's all just pretense and deceit." As I finished, I suddenly noticed my friend's face turn ashen. "Inmate 0023. Fu Qingning's icy voice echoed, causing my spoon to clatter to the floor. "Present. Retrieve it." At his command, I stepped forward and knelt to pick it up. Suddenly, Fu Qingning's leather boot pressed down on the spoon I held, his gaze imperious. 0023, come with me." His expression stern. I followed him inside, and he slammed the door shut. He pinned me against the wall, sinking his teeth into my gland once more, his hand slipping under my clothes to trace my scapula. A shiver ran down my spine as Fu Qingning began undoing my buttons. "Fu Qingning, what are you doing? It's broad daylight." His voice husky, he licked my neck, his prominent nose brushing against my collarbone. "It's not as if we haven't done this before." Recalling whatever might have transpired between them yesterday, I shoved him away. "Don't touch me." A dangerous glint flashed in Fu Qingning's eyes as he forced me onto the desk. Memories of how he interrogated prisoners, those punished until they were battered and bloody, surged forth, and fear took hold. I remembered the whip striking the desk, splintering a corner. My fear must have been palpable, for Fu Qingning noticed instantly. "Darling, are you afraid of me?" He looked at me, a trace of indescribable sorrow in his eyes. I lowered my gaze, refusing to meet his, which only seemed to enrage him further. His hand gripped my waist, his eyes red-rimmed and stubborn. "Jiang Yan, say that again? I'm not good enough?" He nibbled my ear, his fingers entering my mouth, his gaze clouded. "Then teach me, Xiao Yan, what would it take for you to acknowledge me?" "Fu Qingning, let me go. I feel awful. I don't want you touching me." I bit into the fleshy part of his hand, but he simply watched me in silence. Pretense and deceit? Fu Qingning's fingers tangled in my hair, tilting my chin up as he kissed me deeply. Were you trembling every time, just acting too? Not liking me? His cold fingertips traced the nape of my neck before pinching my earlobe. Then why are you responding now? Your scent so intense. I bit my lower lip, unable to stop the flush spreading across my ears. His alpha pheromones triggering my own sensitive period. Too familiar, instinctually dependent. If you truly dislike it, I will never touch you again. Despite his words, his bite was deep, withholding the secondary mark. My body yearned for the comfort of his released pheromones. My throat parched. Fu Qingning lowered his gaze, his expression cool as ever. No matter how fervent things grew in bed, his demeanor remained composed. I had no choice but to soften my tone, my fingers clutching at his clothes. I was wrong. I do have feelings for you. Please mark me. Fu Qingning stilled, cupping my face, brushing his lips against my eyelids, as if savoring nectar. Fu Qingning held me close, his hand firmly over my heart. As our body heat rose, I nestled into his embrace. I asked earnestly, Fu Qingning, couldn't you find someone else to be with? The child growing within me would become more noticeable, and I couldn't hide it forever. When the time came, given Fu Qingning's ruthless methods, he'd likely watch coldly as I lay on the operating table. His first love had returned. How could he possibly care for me? Besides, both the Ning and Fu families were prominent in City S. Only Ning Bai's child would be the true heir. I had to disappear from Fu Qingning's sight. If I secretly had an abortion, perhaps no one would notice. There are plenty of attractive people in this prison besides me. Look, Ning Bai is here now. Even if you just want a change of pace. I counted on my fingers. There are many willing candidates. Fu Qingning's eyes darkened, and he slowly uttered, You are dreaming. He bit into my gland again, leaving me bedridden for 3 days in a daze. He stayed by my side, massaging my stomach, tending to me personally. Fu Qingning began summoning me to his office frequently. When he wasn't there, I found documents showing that the early release batch in 8 months included Ning Bai, but not me. A bitter ache swelled in my chest. So Fu Qingning truly saw me as a plaything? Rules and standards be damned. For his true love, he made exceptions while I wasn't worth the effort. Though I had always suspected, facing it directly was still hard to swallow. Fu Qingning was not my alpha. During mealtime, I noticed the inmates who had gossiped about me had severely burned mouths. Serve them right for daring to speak ill of Ning Bai's beloved. Across from me, a younger inmate nibbled on mashed potatoes and timidly asked, Brother, the warden is an S-class alpha. How did you get him to be with you? I really envy you. I smiled and asked, Do you like Fu Qingning? Watching him nod with reddened ears, a plan formed in my mind. These days were Fu Qingning's sensitive period. When he called for me, I sent the younger inmate in instead. Fu Qingning doesn't usually change partners easily. After all, he had kept me for 2 years. Do your best to win him over. That way I can rest. The younger inmate shot me a look that said, If I prosper, I won't forget you. However, within a minute the door was kicked open, and the inmate was thrown to the ground. Fu Qingning, jaw clenched and eyes red, glared at me before pulling me inside. Zhang Yan, explain this. Brother, he's someone I found for you. My eyes misty, I met Fu Qingning's gaze and said, Since someone is willing to be with you, stop tormenting me. He wouldn't dare touch Ning Bai, yet he had no qualms with me. Fine, perhaps Ning Bai was too precious. Let me go. I don't want to come here anymore. Fu Qingning's grip on my arm tightened, and he bit deeply into my gland right then and there. I gasped, my legs weakening as electric sensations shot through my spine and veins. Fu Qingning's voice was cold as he stated, Jiang Yan, watch closely. This is what torment looks like. My ears flushed with stimulation. He then lifted me onto the desk, handcuffing me in place. His hands began undoing my clothes while the other inmate still lay on the floor. Throughout it all, Fu Qingning had never exposed our intimacy to others, and he detested gossip. Those who made crude jokes ended up suffering dearly. I couldn't endure the psychological torture of having an audience, especially with the door wide open and countless eyes peering in. Trembling, I begged, Fu Qingning, please not like this. People are watching. So what? His hand pressed against my collarbone as our eyes met. I finally began to admit my faults, my eyes reddening. Fu Qingning, I was wrong. I will never act this way again. Let him go. Fu Qingning, brother. I beg you. My voice trembled, and only then did Fu Qingning embrace me, cradling the back of my head, pushing others away and shutting the door. Baby, you're being disobedient. You don't want me anymore, do you? Why should I just hand myself over to someone else? Fu Qingning's anger was truly terrifying. I realized then that Fu Qingning had previously restrained himself. I could only soothe him repeatedly. The next day, Fu Qingning gently held me, wiping the sweat from my brow. He slowly lowered his head, a profound tenderness flickering in his eyes. As long as you behave and don't leave me, I am willing to do anything for you. He knelt by my feet, putting on my shoes. Then let me out. I wish to leave this place. Fu Qingning hesitated for a moment. In due time, I thought to myself, it might be an indefinite wait. On the day Fu Qingning went on a business trip, several escapees plotted their escape within the prison. A friend asked me, "Are you really leaving? Getting caught after an escape is serious." Leave. I clung desperately to his clothing, seizing the cover of darkness to flee. After my release, my belly grew larger. Fu Qingning had remained in prison and likely wouldn't be released anytime soon. Among those who had been released with me, several pursued me relentlessly, while I stayed holed up in my room, messaging them for supplies. One day, as the first man from the fish pond knelt to put on my shoes, Fu Qingning emerged from the shadows. "Zhang Yan, come here and kneel." I looked up in disbelief, stumbling as I tried to run. "Fu Qingning, how could you be here?" I trembled, and the first man from the fish pond was subdued by a mere glance from Fu Qingning. "Zhang Yan, I am not limited to just one identity. I can come out." Yet, Fu Qingning directly knelt down, caressing my belly. A look of unwillingness and distortion flickered in his eyes, and I feared he would take the child away in the next moment. "Whose child is it?" The tremor in Fu Qingning's voice was palpable. "Is it his?" But he was supposed to marry Ning Bai, who had been released from prison. I saw the news from CityS reporting that Ning Bai was a dance star, slender and pure. She was perfect for him, and if it were a child from prison, he would surely terminate it. Fu Qingning's gaze seemed as if he wanted to strip bare everyone present. He glanced at the man pinned to the ground and stepped directly on him. The man cried out in pain as blood seeped from his palms. I immediately clung to Fu Qingning's leg. "It's not him. It's not him. Please don't hurt him. Are you so concerned?" Jealousy flickered in Fu Qingning's eyes as his men restrained the man. Fu Qingning's voice turned cold. "Escape from prison adds to his crimes. He will return to prison to face punishment." Fu Qingning sneered, wiping the corner of my mouth with a cold gaze. He surveyed the surrounding supplies and the cozy little room, saying, "Zhang Yan, you truly have some skill, but, being with me, do you really think you could appreciate those people?" Fu Qingning's expression was filled with hatred, and I could sense the low pressure emanating from him. He touched my neck, clean and unblemished, which slightly eased the tension. "Have they touched you? Speak." "No, they all came willingly. After all, I had been taught by the Jiang family for so many years, and I managed to come out unscathed. After all, they wouldn't dare to interact with others, and I have been waiting until after I give birth to consider new relationships." Fu Qingning stared at me. Running away was not an option. Staying was also not an option. The critical question was, what would Fu Qingning do? In a moment of desperation, I spoke up. "Fu Qingning, please don't kill me. The child in my belly is precious. His father is a significant figure. The child's father is eagerly anticipating his birth. It would be best if you leave the child alone." Fu Qingning's eyes turned crimson, and I could hear the sound of his teeth grinding. "A significant figure?" Fu Qingning grasped my jaw, his voice dark and heavy. "Who is it?" I hadn't prepared an answer, so I could only say, "I can't say." Fu Qingning's expression hardened. "Unwilling to speak? Sooner or later you will have to." Fu Qingning pulled me into a car, and while washing my hands during the journey, I overheard his men talking. "Why is Zhang Yan being transferred elsewhere and not back to prison?" "Oh, it seems the prison warden's fiancée is unwell and needs a match or something. Otherwise, perhaps she would have been punished on the spot. In all these years, I've never seen a prisoner escape from the warden's grasp through childbirth. He really dares. Being with the warden and still expecting others to be well. After the operation with the Ning family, it must be dreadful." My mind felt foggy. Fu Qingning truly regarded me as a prized gift for Ning Bai. What I didn't expect was that Fu Qingning brought me to his villa. Perhaps it was for future convenience. I still felt rather unwell. "The doctor will be here shortly." Fu Qingning looked down at me. I had just suffered from car sickness and morning sickness, and Fu Qingning squatted down to wipe the corner of my mouth. "Who is the father of the child?" When I remained silent, Fu Qingning's face turned icy. "Do you think that if you don't speak, this child will be able to stay?" "I will terminate it." I could no longer hold back the tears welling in my eyes. Fu Qingning was calm, unyielding. "Cannot be harmed. Fu Qingning, if you act, it means you want me dead. The child is 8 months along." I intentionally stated a month less, and Fu Qingning's hand trembled. "If the months are advanced, If I die, you won't benefit either. If you must perform the operation, then I might as well die. In truth, I had considered inducing labor at first, but the doctor warned me that I might not be able to conceive again afterward. My heart softened. I wanted to give birth because I was too lonely and longed for companionship. Zhang Yan, the child can be born, but once born, he must be sent away. Fu Qingning's voice seemed to carry a hint of sorrow. No. Just as I was about to say something, Fu Qingning smashed the instruments in his hand. The shards scattered across the floor as he approached me. His eyes filled with aggression. Zhang Yan, don't take advantage of my leniency. Allowing you to give birth to the child is already a concession. From this day forward, you shall not take a step outside this place. Indeed, I still had my value. But Fu Qingning, can you guarantee that you will never harm my child? He must not encounter any mishaps upon birth, as I care deeply. Fu Qingning, agitated, continued to grip the metal shard, cutting his hand. Blood flowed freely, and his expression darkened. Zhang Yan, do you not have a heart? Can anyone just grow fond of you? Fu Qingning was ill-suited to discuss affection, as from the very beginning, he had only family, and I was even less suited. Yes, my affection has always been cheap. Whoever treats me well, I will like. If he mocked me, I would accept it. However, I truly loved Fu Qingning's pheromones. I defiantly said, except for you, anyone will do. I saw Fu Qingning's chest rise and fall violently. After being with him for so long, it was the first time I witnessed such a significant emotional upheaval. His face bore an indescribable displeasure, unwillingness, and a sense of being out of control. Was there a hint of grievance? Fu Qingning's eyes trembled as he knelt down, cradling my face and biting into my neck. After such a long separation, the scent of his pheromones still made my legs weak. It had been a while since I had experienced such sensations, and I began to feel numb. Yet, this time it was painfully intense, causing my heart to race. No, you were the one who provoked me first. You must bear the consequences. Fu Qingning pressed down on me, biting into my gland once more. On the first day, did you not say you would respect my wishes? I have changed my mind. Fu Qingning took my hand and cradled it against his cheek. Who told you to incessantly tease me? You cannot escape now. My heart ached, and my eyes burned. Why did Fu Qingning still want to mark me? My mind was foggy, and my desire had dampened my clothing. Unable to resist, I leaned closer to Fu Qingning's side, touching his cool skin, which offered some relief. He held me tightly, and I still clung to his Adam's apple. His pheromones overwhelmed my senses, rendering me incapable of thought. Zhang Yan, on what grounds? He murmured, his eyes glimmering with anger. Is anyone acceptable except for me? The following day, Fu Qingning departed. He was unwilling to divulge any details, merely stating it was a transfer. The cuisine at the Fu household was exquisite, nutritionally balanced. Perhaps it was to ensure my health for the sake of Ningbai. While I was painting, Ningbai sat across from me. I can hardly believe you are still at the Fu family home. Indeed, it is because of you. Ningbai's face flushed, his eyes filled with jealousy. I pondered why he was envious of me when Fu Qingning had bestowed upon him all tangible benefits. Does Fu Qingning know what kind of person you are? He produced a document. Is Fu Qingning aware of this past? I glanced at it and saw a photograph of me sent to another's bed by my scoundrel father. However, I ultimately escaped, though outsiders were oblivious to that fact. In truth, my father had sent me away multiple times, but I always managed to flee, only to be severely beaten. Thus, my time in prison did not affect me much. Unlike others, I actively wished to escape to Fu Qingning. He was, in fact, my ideal type. So what? Ningbai spoke confidently. Do not think you can stay with Fu Qingning for so long just because he has feelings for you. Fu Qingning is a clean freak. Given your chaotic life outside and the child you have, do you think he would not abandon you if he found out? I couldn't help but laugh, choking on my amusement. It seemed Ningbai knew nothing. I had remained for his sake. He believed Fu Qingning loved me dearly. I revealed my gland, still lingering with Fu Qingning's pheromones. Ningbai, no matter what I look like, Fu Qingning will not mind. He has always had a fondness for me. I observed the anger on Ningbai's face. As long as I remain here for a day, Fu Qingning will never love you, unless you send me away. Ningbai agreed, eager to rid himself of me, the thorn in his side. Fortunately, Fu Qingning had been busy handling affairs and was on a business trip. On the day I escaped concealed in a garbage truck, I returned to my former residence to pack my belongings. Ningbai tossed me a pair of scissors, his eyes filled with resentment. Destroy that face. Otherwise, do not leave. Without hesitation, I made a cut. 3 years later, I held Xiaozhe in a serene spring setting. I saw the news from City S and was taken aback. Fu Qingning and Ning Bai's wedding had been cancelled. Perhaps my escape had led to Ning Bai losing his resources. Moreover, a group of prisoners had been exonerated, myself included. With the Jiang family's downfall, it seemed heaven had finally opened its eyes. Yet my photographs and past experiences suddenly gained immense popularity. The Jiang family had once attempted to marry me off to various wealthy families, and the internet was abuzz with gossip, though the posts vanished the following day. I suspected Fu Qingning was behind it. After all, we had a past, and he might not want to look bad. Xiao Zhe's eyes mirrored Fu Qingning's, and his face resembled his. However, due to the inadequate educational resources in F-Town, I could only hold him close, teaching him alongside the school curriculum. Luckily, he was incredibly bright and quite beautiful. Some suggested I send him to the city to become a child model. The elderly neighbor murmured, "You look average. Yet your child is so good-looking." Although the scars on my face had healed long ago, faint traces remained. I could never truly disfigure myself. I was adept at blending in. The wounds merely appeared terrifying. Yet each time I ventured out, I made an effort to dress up, deliberately applying a few scars to make myself look less appealing. Thankfully, Xiao Zhe did not mind his own father's appearance. Given my status as a former fugitive, I was easily recognizable. I also wondered how Fu Qingning would react to seeing me. Each night, I found myself sleeping fitfully. Xiao Zhe would snuggle against me, his soft little hands providing a sense of stability in my life. His eyes, resembling grapes yet shadowed, often left me in a daze for quite some time. One day, while I was purchasing discounted items for Xiao Zhe, I accidentally lost a watch. It was one I had deliberately requested from Fu Qingning while in prison, as I couldn't stand Ning Bai and desired some privileges, even if it was an unauthorized watch. Today, Xiao Zhe unearthed it while rummaging through things and asked me, "Is this Daddy's?" In my haste, I had carelessly tossed it into my pocket, not realizing it was missing. Well, it was just a watch. At dinner time, the elderly neighbor's son came over to mooch a meal again. Xiao Zhe particularly disliked him. Despite my countless reassurances that his biological father had abandoned him, Xiao Zhe stubbornly believed, "I love Daddy, and he will love you too." I advised him to treat his uncle kindly, though I found it puzzling why he sought me out so frequently despite my appearance. Xiao Zhe approached me regarding school matters, and the neighbor's son confronted me. "Look at me, I'm older than you and I look like this. What are you doing? It's inappropriate for children to see. Brother, although your face is not attractive, your eyes are beautiful, and you are pleasant to be around." He handed me a plate of stir-fried garlic shoots and rice. "Brother." Just as he leaned closer, the sound of a car crashing into a wall echoed. I saw Fu Qingning stepping out of the vehicle, staring at me as he approached step by step. How could this be? I hurriedly covered my face. No, this was no longer that handsome face. "Hello, who are you?" I feigned confusion. "Jiang Yan." The moment he spoke, my heart halted. My pulse quickened. What was he doing here? What happened to your face? Fu Qingning's eyes swirled with emotions I could not decipher. Was it concern? "Do you need something?" The neighbor's son interjected, instinctively grabbing Fu Qingning's arm. "Don't ask. Stay away from him." "Jiang Yan, who is he?" Fu Qingning's voice was laced with anger as he pulled me into the car. The neighbor's son rushed over to intervene, but Fu Qingning shot him a cold glance. "Fu Qingning," I whispered, trying to ease the tension. "I have nothing to do with him. Don't go crazy." Fu Qingning remained indifferent, instructing the driver, "Drive." His stubborn lips pressed together firmly, and he pierced my gland once again. "Jiang Yan, have you not learned your lesson? You care about everyone except me. You hate me so much. For all these years, you would rather hide away than face me." His face brushed against my neck, his voice low and husky. "What have I done? Why do you hold such disdain for me?" Fu Qingning began to lick my neck, urging me to kiss him. "Fu Qingning, are you here to apprehend me? But I have no crimes left, and the Jiang family has fallen. After all these years, Ning Bai must have undergone surgery. What brings you here?" Fu Qingning replied, "To find you. In truth, I possess a particularly rebellious spirit, inexplicably so. Hence, I tentatively probed, What do you seek from me? Is it because you like me? Do you still remember, care for me?" I was incredulous. "But the internet claims I've been involved with more than just you," mentioning several other prominent families, including the eldest scion of the Chun family and Jiang Yan. Fu Qingning pressed his lips against mine, silencing me. "I do not concern myself with your past, but I wish for you to understand that after knowing me, it should only be me. I like you," Fu Qingning whispered, his hand gently resting on the nape of my neck. It felt like honey mixed with oil, tender and sweet. A gentle stream of awareness washed over me, enlightening my heart. My heart felt strangely buoyant, as if filled with cotton candy, my eyes inexplicably swelling with joy. But initially, did you not take me in order to facilitate Ning Bai's surgery? Fu Qingning rose, as if realizing something. When have I ever done anything for Ning Bai? Indeed, when you brought me to the villa, your subordinates claimed it was to use my body for a kidney transplant for Ning Bai or something of that sort. Fu Qingning's gaze was a blend of anger and tenderness. That was mere speculation on their part. At that time, I did not wish for the outside world to know how much I cared for you. And now, everything has settled. Fu Qingning's eyes were filled with deep affection as he spoke. Jiang Yan, you are actually a member of the Ning family. Initially, you were born first. We were supposed to be betrothed, but due to your untimely death at birth, the bond fell to Ning Bai. Your adoptive father deliberately made you appear dead to harbor resentment against your biological father for not supporting him, leading him to believe he had lost his child. Thus, he raised you as a means of revenge. Moreover, I investigated the Jiang family and discovered his collusion with numerous individuals, involving many unsavory deeds, which ultimately led to his imprisonment. When I first encountered your records and age, I grew suspicious. You were the first person I met. I had only seen Ning Bai in photographs. When you first arrived at the prison, so pitifully pleading for me to mark you, do you know how long I refrained from speaking? Your repeated provocations made me utterly captivated. You are the one I have chosen as my beloved. My brain, suddenly overwhelmed by such a deluge of information, began to falter. Then why did you not speak of it? Because the Ning family is also in peril. Your adoptive father has conspired with others to frame you. Ning Bai entered prison to evade danger while your biological family sought refuge abroad, relying on the Fu family for protection. There are spies even within the prison, which is why I sought to protect Ning Bai, not wanting you to be implicated. So, I am indeed a member of the Ning family. Suddenly, I felt a wave of grievance. No wonder that Zhang Ronggua, that person, would either hit or scold me during my childhood, only teaching me to be a seductress, never instructing me otherwise. Pain flickered in Fu Qingning's eyes as he kissed my forehead. From now on, I will love you. Who did this to your face? He gently caressed my cheek. I hastily wiped my face. It's fake, just makeup. Fu Qingning replied. But Ning Bai truly scarred my face. He made a deep cut with scissors. If you look closely, there is still a faint trace. I attempted to gesture. Darling, say something. He was, after all, my biological brother. Yet I still felt a pang of sorrow. I had not enjoyed anything, and now this, being resented by my brother. Why? Did you not profess your love for me? I reciprocated his actions, an eye for an eye. Fu Qingning's gaze was earnest, and I pondered. Forget it. Fu Qingning shook his head, holding my palm firmly. I will seek justice for you. Fu Qingning kissed me, rendering my palm soft. His eyes were misty. Presumably, the time had come. I said, go fetch the child. Fu Qingning shuddered, his expression visibly despondent. Ayen, will we be able to have children in the future? My body can only bear one child. Pain flickered in Fu Qingning's eyes, yet he restrained himself. I will love your child too. Of course, you will come to love them. The car came to a gentle halt, but Fu Qingning did not alight. I purchased a small gift for Xiao Zhe at a stall. Daddy! Xiao Zhe exclaimed upon seeing me, immediately wrapping his arms around my leg. However, his keen eyes suddenly caught sight of the hickey on my collarbone. Daddy, who bullied you? I gazed back at the car, remaining silent for a long time. Fu Qingning opened the car door and directly embraced Xiao Zhe. The little boy froze, staring at Fu Qingning. Father? Fu Qingning held Xiao Zhe tightly, looking at me. You have been concealing this from me since the prison. Jiang Yan, why did you not inform me it was mine? I was afraid. I was uncertain of your love and my own position, so I deceived you. I twirled the pinwheel in my hand, feeling the gentle breeze. Fu Qingning grasped my other hand. From now on, you shall feel my sincerity. I will no longer allow you to suffer. Xiao Zhe's little face displayed surprise, then conflict. Daddy, did you not say you did not like father? Shall we leave? He began pulling at Fu Qingning, wanting to jump down and escape. From now on, we can attempt to coexist. Fu Qingning held my shoulder, his gaze unguarded.
Do you dislike me?
Will you come to like me in the future? What else are you hiding from me? That night, I whispered into Fu Qingning's ear. I belong only to you. You are the only one who has marked me. Soon I regretted my words. Fu Qingning had been overly exuberant these past few days. The doctor mentioned his emotional levels were soaring. It was palpable. After Fu Qingning had nurtured my face back to health, he brought me back to the Ning family to reunite, witnessing my biological parents in tears. He had Ning by face punishment, nearly beating him to death. But Ning Bai ultimately realized his mistake. Brother, I am sorry. Fu Qingning said to me, regardless of acknowledging our kinship or entering into a union with you, I will provide you with everything you deserve. Xiao Zhe and Fu Qingning seemed to share a blood connection, getting along splendidly. Fu Qingning kissed my lips beneath the tree. For you, I would willingly lose myself. The story concludes here. Thank you for listening, and we shall meet again in the next tale.